Novo lit that shit bang.
Welcome back, everybody, to Crows of Judgment, and today I want to talk about the narrator situation and give kind of a condensed version of what's actually in the Google Doc. The video I uploaded yesterday goes on for about an hour or so it is a lot to actually have to sit through, but I wanted to go through the entire document. This is going to be a lot more condensed down because Narrator is going to be providing a response, so I want to go over the main points in the Google Doc, but let me read what he said here. Going to stream tomorrow addressing the allegations. I'm absolutely disgusted by some of the claims and by how certain situations were framed. I'm going to talk about very serious topics, including depression, self-harm, and self-delete tendencies that I never wanted to make public for the sake of one of the parties involved, but they have forced my hand. I'm going to address lies and hard reaches that are being thrown my way, and hopefully after tomorrow you will understand why I don't take quite a few people seriously who are involved in the drama. I'll see all you tomorrow around 10 to 11 p.m., and then we'll go back to playing Minecraft on Drunk SMP. But F you, Riley. I wish I cut you off sooner, no pun intended. Oh, man. Now, as you can see, they were sending some messages back and forth with Narrator. Narrator was publicly tweeting things. Now, the DMs between the two, we actually don't know what's in there because those are long gone unless Narrator wants to provide their full DM history with each other. But what we can see is what was going on publicly between the two, including art of them cuddling, hearts and stuff, images of Narrator, harming themselves. In these, it's pretty hard to really say without, putting myself into trouble on YouTube. But we can see that Narrator was telling people to follow Zirconi. We can see more images of the two together. We don't see anywhere where Narrator is calling it out. And I've checked and I haven't found any tweets from Narrator, saying that we're not together. Guys, it's inappropriate. He's 13. But yeah, people saying like, oh, we're shipping you together. Narrator actually, tweeting stuff out like, yeah, I love you like you're my little brother, which is, there's some weird images for that. Some really weird images for that. Again, images of them holding hands and stuff, licking each other. And then there's that as well. Of course, we have more where they talk about how they say that I love you, where they say you need me. And by the thing is, Narrator was informed in January that Zirconi was 13. Now, Zirconi, Riley, had said in this document that they had not told Narrator their actual age while this was going on. However, in January, somebody tweeted at Narrator, aren't you like 18 and isn't he like 13? Narrator deleted the tweet, but as we were told, that tweet is Narrator saying that they're in a relationship with Riley. There's nothing beyond that point where Narrator actually says, okay, this person's 13, I didn't know, I'm going to stop. Instead, we actually see that they continue to say things because you need me, sending out the images, including the self-harm image, engaging in those same types of chats. The only thing that really seems to be added in is Narrator saying that now that they love him like a little brother, which is still pretty weird based on the images they're sharing. But there was a video that had been uploaded, according to this Google Doc, in which Narrator talks about how much they love Zirconi and how much they want to go see them IRL. And that was within a few days of them being informed that Zirconi/Riley was 13. Now, more to the point, one of the things that seems to have upset Narrator about their whole relationship, I don't know what the hell you want to call it, was that Zirconi Riley actually had a boyfriend at the time, and we have some messages that were released between Narrator, Riley, and this boyfriend, including Narrator talking about how they're going to steal the 13-year-old away from them. Again, a lot of this stuff is gone, so we don't actually know what was being said, but This was March 10th, 2017. So after they were informed that this person was 13 years old, they were tweeting stuff out like, "Love you too. I am God. You're mine now. Change your bio. No, I stole you for the day." Yeah. I guess this is Riley saying, "Blank is my new best friend. I'll block you if you ever say that again. Blank is my new best friend." Never unblocking Blank because of this. So, yeah, and people at the time actually criticized Narrator because he had tweeted out this image saying that he had blocked Riley and the boyfriend because the two were in a relationship, and apparently that really upset Narrator. So, what this document did establish is that Narrator was having some pretty sexually charged conversations publicly and exchanging some really weird images publicly with a 13-year-old and informing people about that stuff they were doing with the 13-year-old, that they were informed in January of 2017 that the person was 13 and that they then continued to do so. And it didn't really stop until Narrator became extremely jealous that this Riley individual, this 13-year-old, had a boyfriend, which seemed to have really upset them because that led to them being blocked by Narrator, which to me is very, 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 very suspicious. And I'm kind of wondering how Narrator's going to say that that was framed in his response tonight. Now, moving on, there's this other story, and we talked about this a couple times already when we went through the Google Doc and before that as well. But this is someone named Toy Teeth. Now, Toy Teeth was someone that did a lot of fan art for Narrator. Now, I've joked about the bulge and everything because of the whole Pyrocynical Ivory situation. But to be clear, they used to do fan art for Narrator. Now, Narrator became a fan of theirs. Narrator joined them in a Discord server run by the 14-year-old. And in that Discord server would regularly share prawn, right? Furry prawn in the general chat of a Discord server run by a 14-year-old where other minors were present. When asked to stop, Narrator would continue to do so. That forced the 14-year-old to actually create a channel specifically so Narrator could post that stuff in that channel. His weird freaking fetishes and everything, his obsessive need to share, adult content, forced a 14-year-old to create a specific channel for him, but then he continued in their main chats to drop certain images, which are displayed here, of something called sushi boar, which I don't really want to explain, but if you don't understand the context, that's a piece of sushi, that's a person, that's a furry, that's another furry, and that furry is about to be eaten by the other furry while strapped to a piece of sushi. So there you go, sushi boar. Now, Narrator has dropped some excuses already, and I'm going to go back to his tweet talking about how he'll be streaming about this tonight. "As if I have ever been a PG-13 creator. It's amusing as hell listening to people read scripts to my videos, posting my Discord, as if I've ever been a PG-13 content creator. I'll say it's like... I'm not saying that Narrator makes content designed for kids. What I'm going to say is Narrator clearly understands he has a young audience. Even though he says the videos he makes isn't for kids, that young audience interacts with Narrator. Narrator is informed that one of them is 13, and he's sharing self-harm images with them, saying that they love him, that they want to be with him, that they want to go see them IRL, getting into fights with the 13-year-old's boyfriend because he's jealous of their relationship. So while Narrator can make all the excuses that, hey, I'm totally not doing content for kids, he totally engages with these kids in highly sexual ways, including being on a Discord server run by a 14-year-old and sharing adult content in that person's general chat, even after being asked to stop, and continuing to talk about their fetishes, which include being a furry, being eaten by other furries, like consumed, not the other thing, and wearing diapers. So yeah, there you go. Those are the main accusations against Narrator. Also, I want to address something that I did see here. because Spooks was a content creator at the time who called out Narrator for sharing an image of their ass unprompted with a 15-year-old fan while they were 18. Narrator responded basically stating that, this doesn't prove that I'm into kids. You don't have the evidence. Spooks wound up taking the video down. But I noticed this. I thought it was pretty interesting. Can I ask what made you think it was a good idea to send a 15-year-old a fan sign without their consent? I'll address it in time, but I'll admit I was a dumb 17-year-old who didn't know how to make good jokes. Now, in Narrator's original video talking about that situation, he never says he's 17. In fact, everyone kind of understands he's 18 at the time. So it seems like Narrator is going to claim that he was actually a year younger to kind of make it all seem like it's all kosher. Now, look, 18 and 15, high school, I don't really have an issue with the relationship. It's that it wasn't a natural relationship. He was literally sending photos of his ass to random people when they weren't asking for it. But that 15-year-old didn't actually care because Narrator is regularly highly sexual with his fan base of minors. It's not just the Riley kid. It's not just the Toy Teeth kid. But the 15-year-old didn't mind getting a pic from Narrator because apparently Narrator was very sexual with his fan base of minors and would regularly do this stuff with minors. So there were some responses to Narrator's tweet. This is Sen over here saying, hey buddy, if you're so unwell, being on the internet, tweeting and live streaming is the last thing you should be doing. I think Pedro does not like you. Wait, what the fuck did you do? Stant said, thank you for addressing this. Bruh, I don't care if you cut yourself. I only want to know the reason why you want to hang around little kitties, showing your redneck ass and sharing your portfolio of Astolfo pics like if they were Pokemons. Yeah, so he actually had a folder of images that he had been sharing with people on these Discord servers. So there's that too. If you're going to address the allegations on a live stream, just don't use the mental illness card as an excuse for what you did. But he will. Okay, Pedro. Okay, I screwed that one up. Badu Slaw, I didn't know you were into diapers. This person's dying. Why are you on the internet then? Just get off the internet and take time for yourself, bro. Like, seriously, maybe work on your mental health, perhaps. Honestly, this is the best option he or Carson should take. Respond, then take a break to improve upon themselves, and then come back after a few months. Now, one thing here, right? This Riley kid was 13 at the time, is now about 16. I don't think saying this is very smart, but who the F is Riley? A 13-year-old boy that he was talking to sexually, and what to be in an abusive and toxic relationship. At the time, Narrator was 18. What I don't know what you were talking about. Same. This, good luck trying to disprove the evidences. Okay, Pedro. Yeah, so we'll see how it goes tonight for him, but we'll see how it goes tonight for them. But I just got to be as clear as I can here. That Google Doc is 37 pages long with a ton of evidence, with a bunch of stuff that's been archived so you can actually backtrack what they are saying about Narrator. And, the conversations, I don't understand how you can say that they're being framed in a different way because they are highly sexually charged. One of them is with somebody that Narrator would have had to have known was a 13-year-old at the time, and there's really no excuse for the type of language being used and the images being shared with the 13-year-old publicly. I don't even know what was going on in private DMs at the time, but I have a feeling that Narrator's response tonight will be largely, I had mental health issues, I was in a bad state of mind, but also Riley is a liar, all these people are liars, and they're lying about our relationships, and I never did anything in Discord with these people. One final thing before we go. Now, people have criticized Narrator for the stuff that he was doing in Discord, including his own Discord server. And one of the things he said was like, my Discord server's been dead since 2018, maybe mid 2018. And then they go on to show a bunch of images of Narrator in their own Discord server talking to people. So yeah, I got to be clear here. He's lied about him using Discord and his Discord server being active. He's lied about his age when he sent the ass pic. I also think that he's going to be highly dishonest when he does his stream tonight, but I guess we'll see how it plays out. Anyways, guys, maybe I'll have a response for that on Sunday. If not, expect us to talk about it live on Monday. All right, everybody. See you in the next one.
Let that shit bang.